Hey y'all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and this is Stray Kids' Japanese album, The Sound. We have DLMLU, aka Don't Let Me Love You. And we got, I think this one was written by Hyunjin. Alright, that's my husband, speaking of Don't Let Me Love You. In we go. I am going to turn this down because that's all the way up, and there's no captions on here, so I will pop over to a lyrics video the second listen through. First time, I just want to listen to them. Just want to listen to the arrangement, the voices. I don't think this is just Hyunjin. I guess I'll figure it out. I'm going in blind. And then second time through, see what the song is actually about. I'm going to guess it's something about not letting me love you. Alright, slower song, at least starting off like that.
Don't let me love you, don't let me love you. 고맙지만이 더 그만둔 네게 그래. Don't let me love you, don't let me love you. 이 땀이가 길어간 너만이 네 곁에. Don't let me love you. 그러와서나 이대 내세 시스키를 히토미데 키스타르기. Don't let me love you. 뭐 아이스나 이대 뭐 아이스나 이대 아이스나 이대 콜라얌 알로이테 가장 소심이 지각고 날룩하게 야돈 콘토 미에 태클로 끊어시자
Need to get first impressions soon, don't I?
하나사에도 뭐 이상 스베테가 속가와 뒤였고 유일자의 셀라이리 유가루 시테로 노사코노 같은 맛 리소 테노와 사카 겐지츠와 장커쿠 다요리 소남체 나이너 키스가 마다 거리가 이마다 강했다 하나와 도개가 마다 이제 너만이까 키스 어떻게 되는 마마 또 고어트스 관계 가져가 마다 Don't let me love you Don't let me love you 고와스마이니 독만
Alright, first impressions is not bad. Not bad. The musical arrangement is good. You know, it's not the Stray Kids noisy music. It's definitely the... I'll call it medium. It's obviously not a ballad per se, but we got a little bit of a medium song going on here. And yeah, I like the musical arrangement. That sudden stop and drop with and roll with Felix. God, did you used to do that in grade school? Stop, drop, and roll? Had to, just in case you got caught on fire, you know. Speaking of fire, would I playlist it? I mean, probably. I playlist most all Stray Kids music. Let's keep going, though. It's not on the top end of them for me. Even with a group like Stray Kids, you have to have top end and bottom end. And so far, this is bottom end, but I still like it.
Don't let me love you Don't let me love you 이 땀이가 해로가도 많이 네 곁에 Don't let me love you 고마워서 이제 내서 시스키를 했던 우리들 kiss Don't let me love you 뭐 아이스나 이대 뭐 아이스나 이대 뭐 아이스나 이대 그러와서나 이대 뭐 오늘 아이스나 이대 그러와서나 이대 사랑이 된 나한테 이 닿은 나에게도 신의 호돈에 아이 다인다 대모 아이 나이 노사 길을 인하나 그만 스트레스 내게 되구나 서오니까 그래 인하나 뭐 아이서 나에 대하시
I don't know that I've ever heard that high tone boop in music before. Chan, what is that sound that you are using? Because I heard it and I was like, was that my phone? Then it happened again. Oh, it's not my phone. What? Yeah, that sounds really familiar though. That tone does. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Don't let me love you. Don't let me love you. 고맙지만이 더 그만둔 네게 그래. Don't let me love you. Don't let me love you. 이 땀이가 희로가 너만
this is definitely a song I can groove with. Like, I think that's my word of the day for this song, groove. I can groove with this song. Doc, I'm sorry. Doc is very displeased. I'm getting up the lyrics version. Hang on here. Little Miss is down here sleeping on the stool that he is usually on. She does that on purpose sometimes. She kicks other cats out of their sleeping spot because she just, that's what she does. All right. In we go to the lyrics. Doc is very displeased. He'll get over it. He's more along the lines of dissatisfied with the situation. You dissatisfied? Dissatisfied. Alright. Don't Let Me Love You. I don't know that I caught any other lyrics in particular when my ears were busy listening to the musical arrangement. It definitely grew on me since I said I wasn't sure that I would playlist it or not. Well, I asked the question if I would playlist it or not. It definitely grew on me. Like, it's a groove song. This can go on my soft focus list. Like, my in the zone. I need to get in the zone in front of my computer list. Don't love me anymore. Don't drive me insane with your gentle gaze full of hurt. Ow. Okay, ouch. Yeah, so you say, hey, apparently characters in the song, we're not saying Hyunjin in particular hurt somebody, but, characters in the song hurt somebody, and he's like, hey, just don't, like, it would be a lot easier for both of us, I'm gonna guess, is what this song is gonna be about. It'd be a lot easier for both of us if you just stopped loving me, and I stopped loving you, because seeing you, like, being all loving towards me with a gentle gaze, but it's full of hurt, because I hurt you. Yeah. Don't love me anymore. Don't let me love you. Please run far away before I wreck you. Here, Autumn. Right here. Come on, little sonar. That cat calls to me like a sonar. Right here. Escape before the pain fills you. Don't let me love you. Walking through the dark, drooping shoulders, my shadow gets shorter and shorter. Finally, I'm able to see this field of view. The flowers getting crushed underneath don't matter to me. Walking through the dark, drooping shoulders. My shadow gets shorter and shorter, meaning the sun is rising up further in the sky. Time is passing, and finally I'm able to see the field. Flowers getting crushed underneath doesn't matter to me. Everything will change. There's only one reason why I can't love you. I know how this is going to end. The idea is just an illusion. Is that the reason they can't love them? Is because they know how it's going to end? And reality is in fact cruel. There's no such thing as the idea. True. What did he go back to? What was the... Seriously. The idea is just an illusion. Okay, so I didn't know if I should have known, because idea doesn't have an L on the end. Ideal is... Yeah. So the ideal. Like the ideal person, the ideal love, the ideal relationship. It's just an illusion. It doesn't exist. Reality is in fact cruel. There is no such thing as the ideal. Yeah. And that pertains to, like, everything ever. the ideal conditions to move forward with XYZ. There is no, like, sure, you can fabricate the ideal in your mind, but that doesn't exist. In application, in all of its entirety, the ideal doesn't exist. The scars are still there, as is your scent. The petals have withered, but the thorns are yet to. Ooh, that's a good line. The scars are still here, as is your scent. So, it's been long enough that the wounds have healed over into scars, but they can still smell you. You're still present. You're still lingering with them. The petals have withered, but the thorns are yet to. Yeah, all the beauty of the relationship is gone, but the thorns are still there to wound them. The pain is still there. Unknowingly, I had been hurting you. This poisonous relationship, the feelings are still here. Yeah, that sucks. It sucks to unknowingly hurt people you love because, yeah, we all do it. Like, say it all the time. Whenever I get into these kind of songs that younger guys are doing, I mean, these guys are in their early 20s, and a lot of it's like, oh my god, this is such a toxic song, that this is so terrible. And it's like, no, I have been married. The time that I have been married is like longer than half of these guys' life. Half of most of the people's life in watching this. And like, yeah, you totally unknowingly hurt the people that you love. You unknowingly hurt your spouse, you unknowingly hurt your kids, your parents, you do it all the time. This poisonous relationship, the feelings are still there. And yeah, even relationships that like are toxic and need to end, it doesn't mean it's like, oh, I hate you now. It's like, no, I'm realizing that like this relationship is no longer good for either of us, but I still love you, but we have to end it. So the plea is, don't let me love you and don't love me. Please run far away before I wreck you. And interesting that it's a plea for the other person to do something about it, almost like they are incapable of doing it themselves. You know, it's not a song about it. It's not like a breakup song, as in like we need to break up, so we're breaking up. It's almost like a I can't leave you song. Like, you know, don't let me love you. Like, push me. I need you to push me away. I need you to run far away because, you know, the love is there and they can't stop. Escape before the pain fills you up. Yeah, don't love me anymore. Don't drive me insane. Actually, I don't want to tell you to not love me. Well, yeah. I'm dying to meet you, but I can't. If you hate me, please endure it and run away. Nice, yeah, if you love me, please just go. If you love me, go. If you hate me, please don't love me anymore. Yeah, if you hate me, please endure it and run away. Okay. If you hate me, please don't love me anymore. I misread that first line from Bang Chen. If you hate me, please endure it and run away. If you hate me, please don't love me anymore. So, I'll keep going with the lyrics here a little bit, but I don't know if this is a plea, like a love-hate plea. Like, you know, you love the person, but you hate certain things. You know, when somebody hurts you, it's not like you don't feel nothing but love towards them. There's a little bit of hate in there, you know? So it's like, if you hate that part of it, you know, then run. Then don't love me anymore. Like, if you hate that part, like, if you hate that that's happening, go. Which you shouldn't. I mean, if you... And again, I say this with all of these kinds of songs where you can't avoid, like, there is no ideal. You can't avoid hurting people and you can't avoid being hurt by people, but there is a point that it reaches toxic and you need to go. So we'll see if it's talking about that or if it's talking about like kind of switching the tables a little bit, and instead of saying if you love me do this, if you love me do that, but saying I have a feeling that you hate me. I have a feeling that this is one-sided and you actually hate me, so how about you just go? We'll see which side it goes. If you hate me, please don't love me anymore. Don't let me love you. Don't let me love you. I don't know if we're gonna get an answer to that question. If you hate that aspect of the pain or like of our relationship, or if you have come to love me. comments if you think that last part is about, like, if you hate that aspect of our relationship, it's time for you to, it's like, we need to stop, we need to go. Like, or if you have come to hate me because of this. Yeah. I don't know, I almost feel like if it's it, you have come to hate me because of this. Or is it toxic because they can't stop hurting them and they're just like, dude, it's gonna stop going. It's gonna keep going and I can't stop. And I'm just gonna keep hurting you in like ways that I shouldn't be hurting you, because real talk, we're gonna keep hurting each other for the rest of our lives. I'm such a Debbie Downer with these songs. Marriage is great, trust me. Speaking of, what did my husband want? He wants money for beer. I provide the beer money. So he makes me smile, don't worry. What else was, I got totally distracted. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think the last part there of switching it and saying, you know, if you hate me instead of if you love me, because that's usually the plea, you know, it's like, hey, if you love me, you need to go, it's for the good of both of us. And they flipped that on its head and said, hey, if you hate me, you need to go. So let me know if you think that is you, if you hate a certain aspect of our relationship and you like don't, like this, you can't do this anymore, like that part of it, or if you have come to hate me. Either way, say goodbye to the cats. Race and Autumn. Oh, Autumn says bye as well. Alright. Thanks for watching with me. I'm going to continue on with the rest of the album. In the meantime, bye-bye.